what all's going on. I'm going to show you some of the stuff in the shop. Today we are going to get the pulley squared away on this one. We're going to put the top back on it. We're going to get this motor cranking, and we're going to drive this thing, knock on wood, if the fickle mower gods smile on us. And I got some help today out in the shop.
Hello.
That's Noah, and he is playing with the magnets and my slingshot shot. So we're going to cut down this pulley a little bit. I need 3 inches, but I have to put the keyway in. So this is getting cut down to this mark. That's going to be 2 inches, and then we're taking 1 inch of keyway out of this guy. We're going to weld it together. We've got to get everything cut and situated. What do we do first before we start using the grinders?
Put on our glass goggles.
Okay, guys, we've got this side cut and prepped for welding, and we've got this side cut and prepped for welding as well. And you can see the keyway in this one. My cuts weren't that good. There's another way to do it, and I should have done it that way. I should have showed you. What you can do is get a worm clamp, put it around it, and then cut down beside the worm clamp. That'll give you a nice straight edge after you tighten down on the worm clamp. But that's okay, because it's going to be filled in with weld material. But how are we going to weld it and make sure it's straight? Well, we'll figure that out. More to come.
There we go. That's tacked into place. Now I'm going to weld it up.
Okay, guys, now what we have done is I have finished welding the pulley. It ain't pretty. Oh, there we go. So I've got it situated, and I've already done the throw test. After you finish welding it and clean it up, you take the damn thing, you throw it as hard as you can on the concrete, and if it don't break, you did a good job. What I also had to do was to enlarge these holes slightly to accommodate this larger motor, but that wasn't too terrible. I used a Dremel on it, and then I did a little bit of the last minute details with a file. So we've got those things squared away. Now we're actually going to put this motor here. Let me back you back out onto it. We're going to go onto there. So this part shouldn't be anything too terrible. You adjust the belt by sliding the mower. It's kind of like an older go-kart, but I'll show you that too. Okay, guys. Now we're back, and what I have done is I was able to enlarge the holes, and that's no problem. So we can slide the motor back and forth to get tension on the belt, on the drive belt. And I've gone ahead and installed the pulley that I made. You might be able to see it. There it is, and it's lined up pretty good, so everything's pretty level, and got it bolted in, set in place. And now we're going to measure the belt, what I'm going to need. Hopefully I'll have a belt temporarily to crank this thing up and drive it today. Knock on wood, I'd love to. But okay, that is the extension cord that I always use, and I swear to God, I'm going to buy a yellow one or an orange one and cut it up and use it just for this, because you can't see a black one under there. Now I've measured it here to my thumb, and then we're going to pull it off, and that is going to be my drive belt, the length of it. Let me measure it. We'll be back in just a second. We're back. I'm going to spin you around, show you what I've done. Started at one end and measured all the way up and marked it with some tape. So it looks like we're going to need a minimum of 44 inches of belt to go on this. Now this is just to get this guy going today. Looks like it's going to be pretty easy to change the belt. If you remember those go-karts years ago, where to get the belt really tight on it, you would put a pry bar behind the motor and pull it in the slot and then tighten it up. I think this is going to be one of those, and what I'm probably going to do is, once we get this thing squared away, I'm going to put some kind of block in place to keep this thing from creeping forward, just to be on the safe side, or maybe drill out a little section and pin it with a pin. That may be something I do. Okay guys, now we're back. Found a few more different belts, and we're going to see if we got joy or no joy. I'd really like to get this thing going today. We got joy. Okay. I found a belt, and it looks like it will be a good one to duplicate with a Kevlar belt as soon as I get one. Everything situated. I had to pull this pulley back off and put two little washers between the shaft, between the crank and the pulley, to give it just a little bit more space. We're going to put the top on this guy, and we're going to roll it out and see if we can get this thing to crank. See what we can do with it. Got to put a pipe on this thing to crank it up. Just saw that, so nothing terrible. Now we got the motor on, the belt's tensioned up pretty good, got the muffler squared away, we have the body clipped back and bolted onto the frame. We are getting ready to hook the carburetor up, and then we are going to get the fuel tank. I have to do a little bit to the carburetor to get it squared away. Cross our fingers. Maybe we can go for a test spin. We're back. Okay. Don't laugh. I turned the motor around backwards to give me a little more room, and the way I have the muffler right now, I can't put the fuel tank on because the fuel tank, I'll show you, actually bolts right there. The fuel tank bolts right there, and there's no way I'm riding with that like that. So for the moment, that thing is strapped on. Got to put a little oil in it, and we're going to back it out and try to crank it up. Okay guys, but before we do anything else, and we are kind of running out of daylight, but I do want to do this because it's important. And give some shout outs to a bunch of people that have subscribed to the channel, and talk about a couple of people real quick. Sulphur City Designs, as always, go to him for all of your off-roading, mower mudding, modding, apparel needs, and stickage. Southern Off-Road Mowers on Facebook. Go to it and post some junk, or not, but I'd rather you did. Stop it. The ATLTF forum. If you want to learn how to extend your spindles or put a larger pulley on the front or put a smaller pulley on your transaxle, go to them, atltf.com. And it's a nice segue. Doug Fackler, I got your stickers, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. I've got the website now, so I can order more. Thank you very much. And also, congratulations on your promotion to an administrator on Maine Mud Mower on Facebook. How about that for a nice segue? And let's watch this. This is even better. And Redneck Computer Geek is also doing a contest for those with 3,000 subscribers or less, to help you grow your channel. There's too much involved for me to give you all the details right this second, but I will put a link absolutely so you can go to his channel and take a look at it. Really cool stuff what he's doing for people, so go to it and take a look. Boland's G8 Mower Man, thanks for subscribing. Patrick Parsons on Google Plus, thanks for subscribing, Patrick. You live about 30 minutes from my house. We need to go riding sometime. MM Customs, thanks, man. And Swamp Kings, thanks for subscribing, man. Guys, I really appreciate it. Let's see if we can go tear something off. Looks like it's not going to work tonight. I think that there is a tensioner that is missing that's in the pile of stuff. So I'm going to have to dig through it over on the shop side. Fortunately, I haven't thrown away any of these parts. And I'm going to have to see, because the way it's set up now, the belt is so tight that it's just not going to turn over. And that can't be right. So, I think I'm missing a part. Anyway, this video is super long. Sorry guys. Y'all gonna make some mayhem.